snakes, Komodo dragons, turtles in the lake, reptiles in the wild, alligators and crocodiles.
Welcome to the first episode of Hobby Herps, where we talk about what's new in herpetoculture, conservation, reptile keeping, and so much more. Hopefully we're going to be able to hear from some private keepers as well as maybe some public figures if we can get them on. This is just the first episode, so bear with me while I get this whole thing calibrated. We'll also be taking trips to the North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences located in Raleigh. That's always a fun adventure. We'll hopefully learn something and have a great time. So stick around, stay tuned, and let's see what we got. Just as an introduction, I'm Hobbs, the hobbyist. I've been a reptile keeper now for close to 10 years. I used to have a lot. I had leopard geckos, rat snakes, king snakes, corn snakes, but I have significantly reduced my collection just because of, life and everything. So now I only have a single Aspodites, which is a black-headed python I acquired from Derek Roddy, the man, the myth, the legend himself. And if you're unfamiliar with Derek, he's kind of a big name in the reptile hobby, specifically for his Aspodites, and would like to get him on the show one day. I just kind of feel like, especially right now, it'd be just wasting his time. So maybe something to look forward to in the future, who knows? But anyways, moving on. During the course of this show, we're going to touch on some different topics. One of which I would really like to get into is the difference between private keepers and more the academic and maybe veterinary side of exotics. I have experience in both worlds, people in my life that have worked in both sides of that, and so I find that very interesting. So more on that, as well as reptile news. Anything that's new in the world of reptiles, from newly discovered species, what's going on social media, and of course keeping up with USARK, who is constantly fighting on the front lines for all reptile keepers by keeping us informed and fighting legislature, which lets us continue to keep the animals we know and love. Some more changes throughout the community as a whole. A lot of reptile keepers are now starting to shift to more larger, more naturalistic enclosures rather than the old-style glass aquariums or even racks, which one could say either style could have its benefits and downsides, but generally speaking, everybody's moving towards the larger, more naturalistic enclosures, which I myself have also done with my snake, and I've noticed a lot of huge benefits and changes in her behavior, which tells me that it was definitely the right decision. There's a book out there called The Keeper and the Kept, and it is referenced in the podcast Morelia Python Radio. If you haven't heard of them, definitely check them out. They are my favorite reptile content to consume. But they often talk about this book, The Keeper and the Kept, and the concept of being a student of the serpent, which I've really taken to heart and have really applied that to my keeping. And the things I've noticed with my snake since then, I've gotten to the point where I now know her favorite temperature to be at any given point. I've been able to determine how frequently she likes her enclosure misted, where she likes to be during what time of the day. It's just a lot of really interesting behaviors and quirks that came about. And so for me, as somebody who used to have racks as well as large enclosures, I'm just kind of in the boat now where I'm just sticking with naturalistic moving forward. I'm not going back to the sterile paper towel in the racks or the sterilite bins. I'm sticking with the PVC natural bioactive type setup because that's just what I found that works best for me and my animals, and I enjoy it, they enjoy it, and it just really helped me level up, I believe, to a whole new tier of reptile keeping, in my opinion. But yeah, we'll be able to get into that more in future episodes. I'm trying to keep this kind of short for now. It is the first episode, so like I said, bear with me as I get everything built up here. And yeah, just one more thing, just a shameless little plug. I am also in the process of creating a card game. I'm somebody who's always loved a good trading card game, from Pokemon to Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic the Gathering, and have decided to create my own card game, Eco Clash, the trading card game where you build a biome and set up your food pyramid to get the most points over your opponent. Eco Clash is still in its prototyping phase, but I am starting to advertise it, and if anybody is interested in possibly play testing, please reach out to me, because I will gladly be able to possibly send you a free deck that you can keep, as long as you just let me know how you like it, if you think it makes sense, and especially if you think it's fun. So stay tuned for that. But moving on, we have to end this, so I hope everybody's enjoyed the first episode of Hobby Herps. I hope everybody has a great rest of their day, and stay tuned and stick around for more in the future. Toodles!